What's up YouTube? This is David aka Flippy here with another deck review slash deck update. I've been procrastinating really bad about making this deck, but it's been made for like 2 months now and I just haven't found time to show you guys, but I'm going to show you now. This is because if you guys don't know, I'm a really big Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man, and they have a Magic set which came out like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, and I literally made a commander deck just solely based on Spider-Man. It's all about Spider-Man, and it's not competitive, it's more like for fun. This is like a fun deck. It's not like my Dragon deck or any other decks I put on YouTube. It's like I'm playing this for fun because I love Spider-Man and I love Magic, and they put it together so it works perfect. But yeah, so let's get into let's look at the commander real quick. The commander is Cosmic Spider-Man. First strike, trample, lifelink, and flying, haste. At the beginning of your combat, you gain all other spiders gain all of these keywords until the end of the turn, which is really broken. And he's Wooburg, because that's the only way I could play every Spider-Man card. If I have to, it has to be Wooburg. So I'm glad they made one Spider-Man card, a Wooburg card. Which, because I feel like all I make is Wooburg decks. But yeah, very cool card, and yeah, he's a kill on sight, but he's really fun. All right, now let's get into, I guess, okay. So full disclosure, this deck is every card is from the Spider-Man set except for the lands and one artifact. Because it's not from the set, but it kind of looks like it belongs in the set, if you know what I mean. But yeah, okay, so let's look at the artifacts first. All right. So the first card we have here is a Wedding Ring. It's an artifact, and when this artifact enters, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. So basically, whenever they draw, you draw. And whenever, I think, yeah, when they draw, like, so whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draw, yeah, okay, so you draw and then you gain life, same much. So yeah, like I said, this card it's okay. It's not like it's the only reason why we have these cards, like I told you, because it's Spider-Man themed and it's from the Spider-Man set. But yeah, Wedding Ring is, you know, not a Spider-Man card, but it is Spider-Man themed, as you can see right here. Yeah, it looks really cool. All right, so that's one. Then we got the obligatory, the Soul Stone. This is really cool. I guess each set is gonna have their own Infinity Stone, which is pretty cool. So the Spider-Man set gets the Soul Stone, which is really cool. So it's a legendary artifact. It's indestructible. It's a mana rock, so you can tap it for black. But then if you tap for 6 and a black, exile target creature you control harnesses the Soul Stone. That means at the beginning of your upkeep, target a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it basically it's a reborn. It's a reanimate for 7 mana, but it's still a mana rock, so you could use it. And yeah, if you get this going, it's pretty good. I have some reanimate strategies in here, but it's, like I said, it's not, this deck doesn't really have strategies. My strategy is to play Spider-Man and hopefully get more Spider-Man out so I can play Cosmic Spider-Man and attack everybody. Okay, Soul Stone. We have Lightning Greaves. Everyone knows what this does, but yeah. Equip for 0, it gets haste and shroud. And as you can see, it's cool. It has, like, they couldn't use Jordan's, but they got Miles Morales with his kick showing, so that's cool. But yeah, like I said, everything here is going to be Spider-Man themed. These are from the secret layers to just the main set. Okay, then this is the other card that's not Spider-Man related, but it kind of looks like the Infinity Stone. So I was like, we'll put it in. Yeah, so it's Arcane Signet, just with this cool art, and everyone knows what Arcane Signet does. Just tap it to mana rock. But yeah, good card. Then, for everyone's favorite card, the Soul Ring, which looks way cooler when it's on Spider-Man's belt. Like, this is the coolest Soul Ring I have. Well, the other Soul Ring is really cool too, the Dr. Octopus one, but this one right here is awesome. But yeah, everyone knows what Soul Ring does. You tap it, it gets you colorless mana. But yeah, really cool. Then we have, for our last artifact, we have Peter Parker's camera. Cost 1. This artifact enters with 3 film counters on it. Pay 2. Tap this card. Remove film counter from this artifact. Copy target active or triggered ability you control. You may choose a new targets for the copy, which is really good. So any triggered or active ability, you can just copy with this card, which is really, really good. Okay, that's the artifacts. Let's look at the enchantments. Alright, so for the big boy enchantment, we got the Web of Life and Destiny. Convoke. Alright, you guys know what Convoke does. You can tap creatures for colorless to play your spells. And it reads, at the beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library or any random order. So this is really good. Really, really good, because this happens at the beginning of your combat every time. So you can get a lot of creatures, and this deck has a whole bunch of Spider-Men, so this is really good. Really good card. Alright. Then we have Leyline Binding. 5 in white. It's enchantment as flash, and this spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. So I run 5 basics in this deck, so you can get if you have all 5 out, you can get this card you can play it for 1, and it has flash. And when this enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this enchantment leaves. Yeah, like I said, this card's not that great, but it's Spider-Man themed, so we have to put it in here. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Really cool card. Then we have Spider-Verse. It's enchantment. Legendary rule doesn't apply to spiders you control, which is really cool, because if we want to make copies of them, we have a lot of legendary Spider-Man cards in this deck. So if we want to copy any of them, it's good to take the legendary rule out. But yeah, whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may copy it. If you do, you may choose new targets for the copy. If you copy, if the copy is a permanent spell, it gains haste. Do this once each turn, yeah, which is broken. But yeah, so basically this card works really well with Gwen Stacy, which I'll show you once we get to the creatures. But yeah, really good card. Really, 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 really good card. So you want to cast cards from exile, or you can copy Cosmic Spider-Man because you're casting them from the command zone. So yeah, this is a really good card. Alright, then we have Wall Crawl. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/1 green spider creature token or reach, and you gain 1 life for each spider you control. So this can get you some life, and it also gives you a little buff. So spiders you control get +1/+1 and can't be blocked by creatures with Defender. Yeah, the Defender thing probably didn't really come up, but the +1/+1 and the gaining life is really good, and getting a little token. Yeah, really cool card. Okay, another card that has no synergy, but I had to put it in because it looks amazing. So we all know what Impact Tremors does. Whenever a creature you control enters, they deal 1 damage to each opponent, right? But do you see how cool this is? Like, it's a newspaper. It's a newspaper with Rhino and look, Impact Tremors, Spider-Man, Rhino Strike City. It was so cool. But yeah, not real synergy. There's a lot of creatures. You could probably like do a couple of you could ping a couple of people, but like I said, it's just in here because it's Spider-Man themed. This is a fun deck, not a synergistic. Synergy-istic. It doesn't make sense, but yeah. This card is okay. There's another cool one. Origins of Spider-Man. It's a saga, and then on chapter 1, create a 2/1 green spider token with reach. Chapter 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It becomes a legendary spider hero in addition to its other types, which is really cool. And then chapter 3, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn, which, like I said, this card's not that good. I don't think it's that good, but it's a Spider-Man themed card, so guess what? It belongs in the Spider-Man themed deck. And that art looks really cool. Okay, and then this is my favorite one. Rent is due. It's an enchantment at the beginning of your end step. You may tap 2 untapped creatures or treasures you control. If you do, draw a card. Otherwise, sacrifice this enchantment. This is really good because this, like, there's another little thing called web swinging in this deck, and it wants your creatures to be tapped. So this can help you tap those creatures down and then get your web swinging going. But yeah, really, really good. I like this card. It's fun. Rent is due. All right. That's all the enchantments and those artifacts we just did. Now what's another big one? I guess we can go with the normal sorceries and then we'll go with the instants. So for the first one, you guys know what this card is. 8 in red, Blasphemous Act. Daily Bugle under attack. So basically, this deals 13 damage to each creature, and it costs 1 less for each creature on the battlefield. So you basically play it for red. You always really play it for red. It's a board wipe. But look how cool that art is. Like, Jesus. Like, such a good... The secret layers, man, they were not playing when they did the secret layers. This is so cool. But yeah, Blasphemous Act, we know what that does. Everyone knows what that does. And look, another board wipe. Damnation. You guys know what this does. Destroys all creatures. It can't be regenerated. But look at that. Oh my god. Look at Venom. He's like exploding New York. That shit looks so cool. Like, look how cool that looks. Like I said, these secret layers, on point. So, so cool. Love it. It's another board wipe. So 2 board wipes. Then we have Harmonize. This is this draw power. Draw 3 cards. But yeah, but as you can see, it's Spider-Man themed, which is really, really cool. Like, look at that. Got Spider-Ham, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, and Spider-Punk. Oh, and Spider-Man Noir, I guess, on top. Chilling. But yeah, really cool. Then we have Scout the City. 1 in green. Choose 1. Look around. Mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. And then you gain 3 life, which is really cool. And destroy target creature with flying. Yeah. You're probably going to go for the mill. the mill 3 cards. And then put a permanent into your hand. But yeah. Another cool card. See Miles Morales stalking out Green Goblin, which is really cool. Then we have Romantic Reservation. And yeah, it's just Peter Parker and Mary Jane, like they're about to do their signature kiss. Yeah, it's basically just a discard a card, draw 2 cards, which is we do not hate draw power, especially in red. We don't mind discarding cards. We love drawing cards. But yeah, really cool. Then we have, oh, look at that, 3 visits. We all know what this does. Search your library for a forest card. So when it says forest card, that means any card that has forest on it. So you could do a dual land as long as it has forest on it. Me, I play the shock lands in this deck, so I'll be looking for a shock land or a triome, whichever one has forest in it. Or you can look for a normal forest if you want to. But yeah, look at that. Look at that shit. That shit looks so cool. 3 visits. Really cool. Alright. Then we have Heroes Hangout. Only costs 1 red. Choose 1. Date night. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. So that works with Spider-Verse. And then Patrol Night. 1 or 2 target creatures get +1, +0, and gain first strike. Which we're probably just gonna go with Date Night because that's way better. Yeah, Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy on a date, upside down. Really cool. Alright, we have another one here. Scheming Symmetry. Like, look at this. Look at this art. Look, oh my god, bro. I love these cards. These cards are so cool. But yeah, we all know what Scheming Symmetry does. It's a commander staple. Choose 2 target players. Each of them searches their library for a card and shuffles. So it's basically, it's a tutor, but you're letting someone else tutor too. So you could be like, use it with like politics, but hey man, I'll let you search if you like search for something that's gonna help us on the table. But yeah, look at that. Look how cool that is, man. Can New York handle 2 mass menaces? Love it. Love it. Okay. Then we have our last sorcery, Wind of Change. Each player shuffles cards from their hand into their libraries and draws that many cards. Yeah. Which is like a windfall, which is fine. I mean, like I said, it's okay, but we're using it because look at that art, man. Me, personally, I love the black suit Spider-Man. Really cool. My favorite Spider-Man is Superior Spider-Man. My favorite art of Spider-Man is Tom McFarlane's Spider-Man, but this is like my favorite costume of Spider-Man, which is really cool. But yeah, Winds of Change. Some little... Alright, now, let's look at the instants, guys, shall we? Alright, this one's called Hide on the Ceiling. X in blue. Exile X target artifacts and or creatures. Return the exile card to the battlefield under the owner's control at the beginning of the next step. End step. So this card is basically a blink, but for everyone's cards, which is really cool. And yeah, I think this is a very like underrated card. There's so much dust on this. Jeez, call it dust. But yeah, really cool card. Alright, then we have Silk Guard X in green. Instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures you control. Auras, equipment, and modified creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn. So they would be counted as modified after you do this. So it's really cool. But yeah, look at that. Silk. It's your girl Silk. A lot of people don't know who Silk is. But alright, now we all know this is Mystic Confluence, right? We know what this card does, but can you guys just appreciate? This is one of my favorite covers in comic books. This is the cover of Secret Wars volume issue 8. And that's the first time Spider-Man gets his black costume. So look how cool that shit looks. Oh my god. But yeah, we know what Mystic Confluence does. You choose 1 or 3. You can choose one more. You can choose 1 3 times if you want to. So usually what I do, I just draw 3 cards. That's what I usually do. But yeah, card's not that great. Costs a lot of mana, but look at that. Look how cool that looks. All right. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh my god, look at this. All right, so we got Fact or Fiction, another staple, if you know. So it's 3 in blue, and then reveal the top 5 cards of your library, and the opponent separates those into 2 piles. Put one of the piles in your hand, the other pile in the graveyard. Yeah, very good commander card. We love Fact or Fiction, but look at that. Look at Spider-Man. Look how cool it looks. Gosh, gushing over this deck. Love it. All right, and then we have Unexpected Windfall, which we all know what this does. As an additional cost, you discard a card, draw 2 cards, create 2 treasures, which ain't nothing wrong with that. We like drawing cards, we like making treasures. And look at that art. That's the first appearance of Mary Jane. Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. Oh man, that's why it's called Unexpected Windfall, get it? But yeah, really cool card. Here goes another cool one. Mind Break Trap. 2 and 2 blue. Instant trap. If your opponent casts 3 or more spells this turn, you may cast it. So you could basically, okay, as long as an opponent casts 3 or more spells, this card's free. And then rather than paying a mana cost, you can play it for free. And then exile any number of target spells, which is pretty good because it says any number. So usually you're gonna exile part of their whole board if they've done it, if they did play the 3 or if they're the threat. Because you don't just have, well, yeah, I guess you have to win until they cast the 3 spells. But yeah, look at that art. Look at them eyes. Look at Mysterio. It's like, oh no, Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks like he's about to, he's trying to weave something with his hand up there. All right. Then we have a financial, look at this art. Look at this art, man. I love these Daily Bugle cards. I know a lot of people don't like these cards. I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. Like, I love this stuff. But yeah, Fanatic Search. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, untap 3 lands, which is really good. And it's only 2 in a blue. And It says Spider-Man lead suspect in jewelry heist. Okay. Really cool. And we all know what this is. Beast Within. 2 in a green. Destroy target permanent. They get a beast token. But can I say, look at that art. Oh man, look at Dr. Connors. Look at Spider-Man getting like destroyed by Doc Connors. So that's Todd McFarlane art right there, man. God. It looks so good. Look at that. It looks so cool. On a basic ass card, like a Beast Within. It's just removal, but yeah, it looks really fucking cool. All right, so oh my god, I got like itch in my leg. Okay, so Arachnidiosis, 2 in a green. This, look at that. Todd McFarlane, you draw Spider-Man the best for sure. But yeah, so what it does, it create X. So it's 2 in green. And create X 1/2 green spider creature token with reach, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spiders. Yeah, so this card is really good. Someone's about to kill you, like swing the whole board at you. You just pop this card out and it's a wrap. Usually you would probably get countered, but yeah, this card is really cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at this. So cool. Todd McFarlane art. Love it. Alright, we all know what this is. Counter spell. So, yeah, counter target spell. It's a counter spell. But that's not the point. Look, Dr. Octopus bitch slapping Spider-Man. So cool. I saw this card when it got leaked. I was like, oh, I need this. I need this card. So cool. Seeing Steve Ditko, Spider-Man getting bitch slapped. Love it. Love Dr. Octopus. Cool card. Oh, we're gonna draw some more cards? Throw a possibility. Okay. Now, I want you guys to just look at this stuff. Look at this. Do you see this? Look how cool. Oh my god, look at all the Spider-Woman, both Spider-Women. Jessica Drew. You got Scarlet Spider. You got a Ghost Spider. I mean, the Ghost Rider Spider-Man on the right up there. You got Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Punk, Spider-Ham. You got Penny Parker. You got Silk. So many cool. I wish they had Superior Spider-Man on this though. I would like be gushing really bad. But yeah, we all know what throw possibility does. There's no cost. This spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Like I said, these cards are all very generic cards, but they're Spider-Man, so they gotta go in the deck. Like I said, every card in this deck is from the set. All right, this one's called Spider Sense. 1 in blue. Web swing, remember what I told you guys before? Tap. So I'll explain what it does. So you may cast this spell for 1 blue if you return a tap creature you control to its hand. And counter spell, instant sorcery, or triggered ability. So yeah, this is a really good counter spell actually. Very good. And it synergizes with web swing, so that's really good too. Yeah, really cool. Alright, Tangle, 1 in green. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Each attacking creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. But yeah, this card's nasty. Like I said, it works with the arachnologist. If someone's trying to kill you, you just play this, prevent all damage, and then kill them probably next turn. Especially if it's like the 1v1 at the end. But yeah, really good card. And look at that. Look at Spider-Man. He looks so cool. Jeez, it looks cool. Oh man, it's hard to do this because, you know, I love Spider-Man. Okay, we all know what this is. Heroic Intervention. 1 in green. Permanent you control. Gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. A really good card. Really good commander staple, but look at that. That's Amazing Fantasy 15. That's the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover right there. Look how... Goodness gracious. Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, man. Look at that. So cool. Alright. Then we got Brainstorm. We know what Brainstorm does. It's you cost a blue and then draw 3 cards and you put 2 of them cards back on top. And you know where you want. But yeah, look at that. Looks so cool. This is like a bonus card. Same thing with the Harmonized or bonus cards in the Secret Lair. Really cool. Alright. Then, another secret layer card. Dark Ritual. We all know what Dark Ritual does. You play a black, and then you get 3 black. But look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at Venom. Look how cool that looks. We are Venom. Yeah, really cool Dark Ritual. Alright, almost done with the instant. Path of Exile, another staple. It's an instant exile target creature. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put that card into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. But yeah, who cares? You're still getting an exile. But look how cool that looks. That looks so freaking cool. That's Spider-Man. That's the Spider-Man No More cover. Oh man, such good art. I'm like having problems over here. Another secret layer card. Enumerate. Exile target creature you control. They return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So rebound. So basically, yeah. So it's a blink, which if a card's about to get destroyed or it's about to get exiled, you can just blink it out and protect it. Or if there's a board wipe. But yeah, just look at that. Gosh, these cards are so good. It looks so good. All right, so we've gotten through the sorceries, the instants, the artifacts, the enchantments. Okay, we're about to go to the creatures, but I'm going to stack these two. Okay, so I'll explain these two first. All right, so these are the non-spider creatures. So for the first one, first non-spider creature, we have Mary Jane Watson. Whenever a spider you control enters, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn, which is, I get it, to balance it, but really good card. Get a little draw out of it, and you're playing a lot of spiders, so it's really good. And if you have Parker's Camera, you could activate it. You can activate it twice. It's really good. But yeah, Mary Jane, the non-spider. Then the other non-spider card in this deck, me. It's a human citizen. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield, you gain a life. And if it's a spider, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So you're getting counters and you're getting life. It's really good. You're getting life no matter what, but you're getting the counter all the time because, like I said, this whole deck is full of spiders. So yeah, it's really good. All right, now the moment everyone's been waiting for. All the spiders in the deck and all the Spider-Men. All right, so the first spider we have is a radioactive spider. Reach, Death Touch, Faithful Bite. Pay 2, sacrifice this creature, search your library for a spider hero card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, activate only at sorcerer speed, which is this is a tutor for any spider hero that you have. And no one's really gonna try to, like, I know, I think they would stop it because it's you're fetching something. But yeah, really good card. Alright. Now for the first Spider-Man person, Spider-Verse character. So we have Miles Morales. He's a one. This is they're dual-sided, so this kind of bear with me. So 1 in green, legendary creature, human citizen. When Miles Morales enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each up to 2 target creatures. Then you could pay 3 and red, green, and white. Transfer Miles Morales into the Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, look at that. So now he changes, so he's a spider human hero. So, and then he has first strike, haste, and he has camouflage. You could pay 2, put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spider-Man. He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until the end of the turn, which is pretty nasty. Whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control. Yeah, this is a really good card. It's really nasty if you can get him going. But yeah, he's cool. We'll leave them flipped over to their spider sides because why not? All right, our other spider person is a Gwen Stacy, a 1 red, legendary creature, human performer, hero. When Gwen Stacy enters, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control this creature, which is really good. It works with Spider-Verse. So you just leave her as she is and just keep gaining stuff. And then you pay 2 and just guy. and transform Gwen Stacy into Ghost Spider. She has flying, vigilance, haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Ghost Spider. Remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Yeah, which is really good. Yeah, she's good too. She's another good one. Look at her kicking Electro in the mouth. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, look, it looks like she's elbowing what's her name? Scream. Looks cool. Alright, we'll keep you guys flipped. Our other spider person is Peter Parker, 1 in white, legendary creature, human scientist hero. When Peter Parker enters the battlefield, create a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. And then you pay 1 green, white, and blue. He transforms into the Amazing Spider-Man. Vigilance, reach. Each legendary spell you cast that's 1 or more colors has web swinging, which is disgusting. That's so cool. So yeah, basically you can play your commander for 3 mana, which is really good. But yeah, he's gross. He's really cool. He's my favorite for sure. All right. Spider Manifestation, a 1, a red or green. All right. He has reach, and you can he's a mana dork, so you pay red, or you could tap him for red or tap him for green. But yeah, he's a spider avatar, so yeah, he's here. We need some mana dorks. All right, Spider Girl, the legacy hero. All right, during your turn, Spider Girl has flying. When Spider Girl leaves the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white human citizen creature token. So basically, she gets popped out for web swinging. You just keep creating tokens. Keep triggering her effect. But yeah, she's really cool. And that's the daughter of Spider-Man in another universe. All right. I think her name would be Mayday Parker. All right, we have the Spider Bot. 2 artifact creature, spider robot scout. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. Yeah, so this basically lets you look for a land. What is it? Yeah, for a basic, so it's a basic land. But yeah, it's alright. Like I said, this deck's not supposed to be broken. It's just supposed to be Spider-Man themed, spider tribal, spider typo, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is for me. I've always wanted that, like, once I knew they were doing Spider-Man, I was like, oh, I gotta make this deck. Alright, so Spider-Man 2099. A blue and a red. He has From the Future. You can't cast Spider-Man 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of the game. He has Double Strike, Vigilance, and at the beginning of your end step, if you've played a land or cast a spell this turn anywhere other than your hand, Spider-Man 2099 deals damage equal to his power to any target. Yeah, so if you want to buff this guy up, start playing cards from exile or play from your command zone, and you're gonna be pinging people. So he's really, look how cool he looks. All right, we have Spider-Woman, Stunning Savior. 1 and a white or / blue. Legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. Flying, Venom Blast. Artifacts and creatures your opponent controls enter tap. Whoo! Yeah, so this is like, I guess you call it a stacks piece. I don't think it's a stacks piece. I think it's just like, okay, your shit's coming in tapped. It's a weaker Urbug. I think that's his name. Urbrask, not Urbug. Urbrask. She's like a weaker Urbrask. And she's not giving us haste, but she's really good. Alright. And here's another one of my favorites, Spider-Punk. A 1 in red, legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. Riot. This creature enters with the choice of a +1/+1 counter or haste. Other spiders you control have Riot, so basically it's a rhythm of the wild. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented, so nothing can stop damage from happening. It's always gonna happen. Look how cool that is. So cool. Alright. Now we have the Lord Spider-Ham, Peter Porker. 1 in green. Legendary creature, Spider Boar Hero. When Spider-Ham enters, create a food token. And he has Animal Mayhem. Other spiders, boars, bats, bears, birds, cats, dogs, frogs, jackals, lizards, mice, other otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves you control, get +1/+1. So he works with all the animal types, but mostly we just want the spiders. So he's a lord for spiders. That's what we want, because we have spiders. We have a lot of spiders. And the art looks really cool. Alright. Then we have Spectacular Spider-Man. So this card's really cool. 1 in white, a legendary creature, Spider-Human Hero. Flash. Pay 1, Spectacular Spider-Man gains flying until end of turn. Pay 1, sacrifice Spectacular Spider-Man. Creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible. So basically, he's a heroic intervention with legs, which that's pretty damn good if you ask me. He looks cool. There's a version he's wearing the black suit, which I wish I had, but that's like $800. So yeah, can't do it. All right. Then we have Scarlet Spider Kane, a black and a red. Legendary creature, Spider-Human Hero. Menace, which means he can't be blocked unless you have 2 or more creatures. And when Scarlet Spider enters, you may discard a card. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Mayhem, you may cast this card from your graveyard for a red or a black. If you discarded this card, if you discarded it this turn. So yeah, if you discard it, you could just play him for 1, which is really good. And then you still get to do the discard effect and get the counter, which I ain't mad about. All right, here we go. The Symbiote Spider-Man. 2 and /0 blue or black. Legendary creature, Symbiote Spider Hero. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest of them into the graveyard. And he has another ability called Find a New Host. 2 in black. His mana cost. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. It gains this card's other abilities, which is disgusting. This card's really good. If you can get him buffed up, get him to like a 5, you could just look at the top 5, look at the top 4, look at the top. Even looking at the top 2 is really good. If you get through with this card, yeah, it's good. And look how cool that looks. Gosh, so cool. All right, Arana. Heart of the Spider. 1 red and white, legendary creature, Spider-Human Hero. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on a target attacking creature. When a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn, which is really good. Which, like I said, whenever a creature attacking, you're putting counters on them. If any of them have counters, that means they're modified, which is really good. Alright, then we have another Spider-Gwen Free Spirit. Legendary creature, Spider-Human Hero. Reach, whenever Spider-Gwen becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, so. Works with the Mayhem if you're doing Mayhem, but we're not doing a Mayhem thing. But it's, like I said, we can have her tapped with like Rent is Due, and we can Spider Web Swinger away, which is okay. Alright, then we have the Sensational Spider-Man. 1 white, blue. Legendary creature, Spider-Human Hero. Whenever Sensational Spider-Man attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and put a stun counter on it. Then you may remove up to 3 stun counters from among all permanents. Draw cards equal to the number of stun counters removed this way, which is pretty good. I thought this was gonna be Spider-Man's like main effect. I didn't think it was gonna be web swing. I thought this would be like the thing like stun counters, because you know he likes to web his villains up and stuff. But yeah, this card's so cool. Love this card. All right, we're getting down to the end. All right, Spider-Man Web Slinger. 2 in white. he has web slinging, so basically he has that effect where you can pay him for, you could bring him out for a white mana just by returning a tap creature. Yeah, look how cool he looks. So cool. Alright. I have another big boy, Scarlet Spider Ben Riley. Another Scarlet Spider, but this is the original Scarlet Spider. So 1 green and a 1 red and a green. A legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. He has web swinging, which is really good, so you can play him for just 2 mana. And then he has Trample and Sensational Save. If Scarlet Spider was cast using web swinging, he enters with X +1/+1 counters on him, where X is the mana value of the return creature. So you return like a huge, if you cheated out something big and it was tapped and you return it, oh man, he has a lot of counters on him. He's already a 4/3s, which is really good. But yeah, really cool card. You guys see the theme yet? Alright, then we have Arachna, Sonic Weaver. Legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. She has web swing, so you can cast her for 1 white. And Arachna enters, look at an opponent's hand, then choose a card type other than creature. And spells of the chosen type cost 1 more, yeah. So basically that counts for everyone. That counts for you too, so you should definitely be careful before you do it. But yeah, really cool. Like I said, it's the theme. It's all about the theme. Not going here. Okay, here we go. This is my favorite Spider-Man. This is my favorite Spider-Man of all time. Superior Spider-Man. I'm so happy they made a card about him because he's my favorite. So we have 2 blue and black. Legendary creature, Spider Human Hero, like they all do. And he has Mind Swipe. You may have Superior Spider-Man enter as a copy of any creature card in your graveyard except his name. Is Superior Spider-Man, and he's a 4/4 Spider Human Hero in addition to his other types. When you do exile that card, which is, dude, this card is so freaking good. Love it. Like I said, you can make this deck way more competitive just by putting better cards. Like if you have better cards, I'm sure you can make this competitive. But yeah, I'm not trying to be competitive. This is just a fun deck for me. I made this for the love of Spider-Man. So this is my little letter Spider-Man. But yeah, really good card. Then we have Spider UK, legendary spider creature, Spider Human Hero. He has web swing, so you pay 2 and a white. And at the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card and gain 2 life, which we are not mad at. I mean, there's a lot of cards I hope you gain, like a lot of the white cards you gain life because, you know, it's life gain. But yeah, we like to draw cards. We will not be upset. Alright. So now we have Silk. Look, we had her in an instant. Now we have her as a card. Alright, so Silk Web Weaver. 2 green, white. She has web swing, so you can pay 1 green, white. And then whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1 green, white human citizen. Which is crazy because you're casting a lot of creature spells. And then you can pay 3 green and white. Creatures you control get +1/+1. I mean +2/+2 and gain vigilance until the end of turn, which is nasty. Yeah, she's pretty good. I'd make a deck just around her if I was making my deck. And then we have a Gwenum, Remorseless. Yeah, legendary creature, symbiote spider hero. Yeah, she looks so cool. Alright, so she's basically Bolas Citadel with legs. Death Touch, Lifelink. Whenever Gwenum attacks, until the end of your turn, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, you pay life equal to the mana rather than paying its mana. Yeah, it's Bolas Citadel. She's really good. I would make a deck around her too. She's pretty good. She's basically like a toned down Bolas Citadel. But yeah, she's really good. Alright. Getting to the end. Alright, we have the Web Warriors. Yeah, this is really cool. When you get the Cowboy Spider-Man, Spider-Man India, Jessica Drew, Spider-Girl, and that's the, I think, what is that? That's Spider-Man UK. Yeah, so Web Warriors, 4 and a green or a white. And whenever this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter. Whenever this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creatures you control. Yeah, so when it enters, you just put the counters on the creatures, and that's it. But yeah, like I said, not the best card, but it's Spider-Man. They're Spider-Men, Spider people, the Web Warriors. All right, so now we have here is Spider-Man India, 3 green, white. And then he, of course, he has web swinging, so you can play him only for 3. And then Pravati's Sava, whenever you cast a creature spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains flying to the end of turn, which is pretty good. So, getting all those creatures, there's a lot of cards that give counters in this deck, which is really cool. And he gets flying, which is really good too. Alright. Then we have Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary, 4 in a green. He has web slingers, you can play him for 3. Whenever Spider-Man enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle. So yeah, he basically searches your land. But for 3 mana, that ain't that bad. And he looks really cool. Miles Morales. Alright, now we have Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, so he's 4 in black. Legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. Menace. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then surveil X, where X is the number of counters. So yeah, you could surveil for, like, he's 4 right now. So if he attacks by himself, it'd be 5. So you surveil 5, which is wild. Yeah. But yeah, really, really cool card. Look at him. Look at that art. Alright. Then we have SP Doctor plotted by Penny. So this is basically Penny Parker, right? And she's 3 white and blue. Legendary artifact creature, Spider Hero. Vigilance. When SP Doctor enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So yeah, she's basically draw engine for all those cards that are getting those counters. All those cards that are modified, you're just getting a lot. You're getting a lot of draws, and then you can. There's like so much synergy with in Spider-Man India. You can give things flying and counters, so you're guaranteed to get in. This deck has a lot of evasive creatures in it. Then for the last creature and she's not a spider. Oh, so she should be with me and them. She's a mutant. All right, so Madam Web, Shiverant, legendary creature, mutant advisor. I said adversary. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spider spells and non-creature spells from the top of your library. When you attack, you may mill a card, which is, yeah, this is really good. So you can mill, you can look at the top, you can do anything, you literally do anything you want. You can cast from the top, which is really good. But yeah, it's a really cool card. And that's all the creature, that's pretty much the whole deck. And now we're gonna do your favorite part, guys, the lands. So do it first. We have one of each basic. All right, so one of each basic. So we have and of course, you know, they have to be those cool ass Venom lands, because why wouldn't we? With that etched foil, which looks freaking awesome. All right, so we just run one of each basic. Then full. I guess we could do the gold lands. We'll do the rainbow lands. Okay, so I have one. So this is my only fast land, which is Spire Garden. So it's just, if you have two more important opponents, it comes in untapped. It's basically red and green. Then we have one Triome, so Kitcher Triome. So that's only green, blue, and red. Then we have Command Tower, which is really cool. Look at that. Look at Spider-Man swinging. It's so cool. We have Cavernous Souls. You know, we want to call creature, so we're going to call Spider, because that's what we have the most of anyway. And basically we can cast it. We can tap this for colors for spiders, and it can be countered, which is really good. We have Path of Ancestry. I know it enters battlefield tap, but if you get to scribe, you get to put a creature of your color, of your commander's identity, which you're always going to do because your commander's Uberk. Then this is another Spider-Man card, Multiversal Passage. This land enters, choose a basic land type. Then you may pay 2 life. If you do, it enters tapped. If you pay 2 life, if you don't, it enters tapped. Yeah, this land is the chosen type. So yeah, you can make this just a basic land, but it's kind of like a shock land because it can come in anything you want. And for the last one, we have City of Brass. We all know what this does. Whenever it becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to you. And it's rainbow. So any color you want. And then for the last one, this is gonna be a speed run. I made this video way too long. All right, so we got 10 fetches. Then we got the 10 shocks. And that is the lands, guys. But yeah, like, comment, let me know what you guys think about the deck, and if you guys like it and if you want to see more, just let me know and I'll post more. Like, I have more decks I want to do. Like, if like I have like all the Marvel cards right now, so I kind of want to do Deadpool. Deadpool's another deck I want to show next. I have all the Marvel Secret Lair ones, so like Captain America, Storm, Iron Man, anything you guys want to see. If you guys want to see another theme deck like this, I have all those because I'm a super Marvel fan. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one. Take it easy.